All right, Oval fans, now with season 3 done, it's time to talk about it. And, I'm not going to do like a ranking video where, hey, this is the best season and why. No, I'm not doing that because I made a post last night and it really speaks for itself. I rank the first 3 seasons of Oval just like I do with Sisters. Season 2, I feel it's the best season. Season 1 is right there in the middle at number 2. And season 3, I don't know what it is about third time the charm, but not in Tyler Perry writing. Season 3 was trash. I did not like season 3. Out of the entirety of season 3, I remember when the show first started, and I was like, this season, I'm like, wow, I'm just waiting for something to happen. It wasn't until like episode 8 to around 11, I remember saying around, okay, these, couple episodes are actually good. But then when the show came back from the, mid-season hiatus, Tyler he dropped the ball with this season. This season was not that good at all. I was looking forward to, the follow-up on season 2 because with Curtis making his on-screen appearance and telling Victoria and Hunter about, hey, I'm about to die, but hey, guess what? If you think I'm bad, again, I always talk about Loki and Kang, well, He Who Remains warning Sylvie and Loki. If you think the TVA and what I do is awful, just wait until you meet my variants. I'm the nice guy compared to what these other people I've been holding back are willing to do to get what they want. I thought season 3 would have been Hunter and Victoria coming together. Yeah, they hate each other, but they realize if they want to maintain power, they need to put their differences aside and work together to stop the onslaught of the various characters coming to take their position in the White House. But no, we get the same old, same old. This season did not deliver. It feels like anytime we get compelling characters, they either get killed off or written out of the show, while a bunch of characters who we don't really care about get more screen time. And to be honest, if you look at any of my Oval reviews, look, I got an entire playlist. So if you're like, I don't even watch, I've had people tell me a long time, each week, man, I stopped watching the show. I just watch your reviews. This season was like the first time since the pains where I wanted to quit a show. I mean, was it around episode 17 or something where I'm like, you know what, guys, I'm not even going to do my standard reviews anymore because nothing happens in these episodes anymore. So it's like, I'll give you like a highlight reel. I'll talk about, hey, A, B, and C happen in the episode. These are the only things of importance because everything else involving the other characters was exactly the same as the last time you saw them. That's really what it boiled down to. There really didn't feel like there was a lot of growth and development because there were a lot of things I'm like, Tyler, why don't you follow up on it? I think one of the biggest things for me was the ill-fated utilization of Jason. I mean, from jacking off on one of the tables in the White House to, throwing his fluids on the counselor or psychiatrist and whatnot. I want to be honest, I can't even remember when that psychiatrist showed up, if it was in season 3 or if it was in season 2, because she only appeared in a couple episodes, and I'm like, why is this woman not coming back? Or, maybe a doctor, because all I can think about is when Jason, I'm trying to remember exactly which one it was. It was before he hung himself. I forgot what he did before he hung himself. It was when Donald put Kyle on assignment to keep an eye on Jason by standing in front of the door. And I forgot if this was before. I think it was after Alan hit him upside the head with the guitar because he attacked Ellie. And I'm like, okay, we need somebody watching this kid. Like, where's the doctor? No. I think it was somebody. The doctor called the White House saying that Jason was having another episode, and it's like, okay, so we need at least a couple guys in the room to look after him. Is the doctor on the way? You can't just say that kind of stuff and then not have these specific characters show up to deal with it. All you do was leave Jason to his own devices, and he tried to hang himself. Then he jumped off the roof of the White House. He has become the Wyatt of the Oval. It's like, bruh, come on now. I mean, at least in look, I hated his ass ever since he killed Jean, but at least in season 2, they gave him some more stuff to do. But in season 3, he was just there. I feel like without Gale, they kind of don't know what to do with Jason, in regard. And look, Daniel kills the role. He like nails it, like that level of creepy. I'm like, bruh, I think I've seen some interviews. He seems like a cool dude in person. But if I was with him one-on-one, I'd be like, nah, man, I don't know. I don't know what you pull. Look, sorry, no shade to Daniel, but it's like you played the role too good, brother. And that's a compliment. But I do feel like his character could have been given more to work with. Like, hell, I would love to see if his grandfather tried to get revenge on him for, killing his wife. I thought that would be pretty good. But no, we really don't do a lot with that. Ellie, honestly, it sucked that she was killed off, but I'm kind of glad she was, because I'm like, it got to the point where her character was just so damn ridiculous, just being unable to see that she's being used for sex. It's like, you can't utilize your womanly wiles in order to get where you are. It's almost like you, and I'm not saying she isn't intelligent or capable, because I do feel like she was, given the fact that she was one of the few people in the White House who was trying to do their damn job. But I find it very difficult to, and look, obviously I'm not a woman, so I can't really say that I have the experience with this, but I'm just saying from my perspective. I don't think that a woman who uses their, body and, whatnot to sleep their way or seduce their way to the top, when you get to that point, why would you expect the person in charge, or in this case, literally the man, to take you seriously? It's like, yeah, you sleep your way to the top, but then you act like you're in control. Like, you can say no to when you don't want to sleep with this person, or, hey, you need to take me serious. I'm not just some bimbo. Yeah, you're kind of proving yourself to be otherwise. It's like, you are based off how you got there. So how can you expect to be taken seriously in the room when you slept on the table to get in there? That's all I'm saying. But, I feel like, when it comes to Victoria, not her best season. Not her best season. I don't think the acting was off or anything, but I just felt like it was just one of those, hey, she's Veronica Harrington. And I just felt like as the season went on, I'm like, man, look, Victoria was always getting the Veronica / Candace Young have and have not comparison since episode 1. But over time, we got to know more of her through her family and whatnot. But now it's like, it feels like Tyler really cuts and pastes her dialogue to be, hey, look at old videos or old episodes of Angela on the haves and the have-nots and how wicked she was. I need you to do that on the Oval. And that's really kind of an insult, because she's definitely more talented than the material she's getting. And I feel like Victoria could be a more compelling character if she wasn't just Veronica 2.0. That's just my opinion. Hunter is still just ridiculous. I think the whole Sharon thing is one of my least favorite things of the season. Being black myself and just seeing, how Sharon pointed out, hey, look, this isn't slave times where I'm just some, person you can snatch up off the field to do what you want to in the White House. This was sick, and yeah, I'm not here for it. I said in my episode review, I'm kind of glad Dale didn't get killed off, because at the end of season 2, I'm like, yep, Dale's dead. And I'm like, wait, why the hell is he still alive? He's that awkward, he's kind of like the, back in the day where it's like that one white person on Wild 'N Out, and it's like they're so awkward, but it's so funny. That's literally Dale. And I think Dale's presence is welcome, because with all the stiff tension between the likes of Barry, Kareem, and Sharon, Dale is a welcome breath of fresh air, because it's not uncommon for me to roll my eyes during a day, a Kareem and Sharon scene, or a Barry Sharon scene, or all three of them together, and then Dale will just cut the tension. I like this cake, and I'm like, man, what the Dale? We love you. You're awesome. But other than that, I do like the quote-unquote humble Kareem ever since he got abducted, even though that was stupid. This season kind of piggybacked off season 2 with just stupid characters making stupid decisions. I feel like that was one of the most frustrating things. Look, I get it. Certain things need to happen to move the story along, but it's just abundantly clear that Tyler, more often than not, writes himself into, a corner. And it's like the only way to get out of said corner is to have a character make a decision that based on like the previous 12 episodes they wouldn't do. Lily, feel bad you were tortured, but you deserve to get shot. Seriously. They told your ass to stay put. You decided to take it upon yourself because this woman was in that hotel room becoming more and more unstable every episode. And then all of a sudden, wait, honestly, I'm trying to figure out how the hell did she get over to Donald's house to begin with? Did she get an Uber or something? Obviously, she didn't get over there via her vehicle because number one, she was trying to get the keys from Donald to take his ride. And number two, Bobby and Max, scooped her up from the attic. So I'm guessing she Ubered or whatever, which again is stupid because you need your phone to do so. And I'm pretty sure Donald's tracking her every move, which we know he was. But I just feel like, this season kind of carried over from season, 3. Honestly, no. I feel like Max was the one who was a bit unstable because in season 2 it was Bobby who was a lovesick puppy, which was annoying because in season 1 he was the cool character, but in season 2 he was like making so many dumb decisions based on his feelings, and Max was the one to take lead. But in this season, Max was the one who's like a rabid dog because he wanted to get revenge on Kyle, and Bobby was the one who was the cool cat, if you will. So I feel like in season 4, it's probably going to be reverse roles, if you will, between Bobby trying to figure out what happened to Lily and this and that. I miss Blakely, fine as hell, but aside from that, she was an interesting character. I like Blakely better than Lily. It's not even an acting thing. It's just the fact that her dynamic with the group I felt was better because it felt good to have another capable person in the group as opposed to someone who was just there to make things just worse. I guess you could say the group dynamic, there's always a personality group dynamic shift, if you will. There's always the one person who's unstable, the one person who does things based off their feelings. I'm not even going to say their gut, but their feelings. Bobby with Lily, Max, honestly, even though Blakely and Max had a thing, I don't feel like it was ever a situation where Max was compromised for messing around with her, except when he let his guard down by staying at that damn hotel with her instead of, actually getting up and leaving, because Blakely's like, we shouldn't stay here. And I'm thinking, yeah, I know Tyler just wanted to reuse that set, and I ain't shaming him for it. But I do feel like, Blakely was definitely a better partner to Bobby and Max than Lily, because Lily is a liability. I feel like if nothing else, she's either going to get killed or she's either going to get tortured again to get information about where she was staying, who's sheltered her and everything, even though Donald already knows it was the vice president and whatnot. It's just one of those situations where I think if Lily died, I would not mind, even though she looked badass. But then again, it's like, look, you play Charlie's Angels, sometimes you get shot, sometimes your wings get clipped. She basically pulled an Icarus. She flew too high to the sun and now she's falling, but she did get 2 shots on Donald, so that was cool. But I do think that overall the Richard, and honestly I don't want to harp on Priscilla because I've said that enough in my reviews. Taja, phenomenal actress. She eats the hell out of the scenes that she gets, and it's difficult to be. And look, I know full well time is different. What's a year or 2 for us is only a few days in the Oval, and I'm not saying you can get over an affair that quick, but there are bigger things going on than your husband screwing the first lady, and just her being in that environment every day doing her job, but then starting shit. It's like the whole Victoria and Priscilla thing seems very high school, and these are grown women. That's not to say sometimes adults don't have juvenile tendencies of immaturity, but it just got old fast. Like every time they see each other, Victoria's going to start some shit, Priscilla's going to respond, and yada yada yada. And I honestly can't even remember what season it was where she daydreamed about shooting Victoria, if it was season 2 or season 3, because I feel like the seasons blend together for me because nothing really happened. So it's like, where the hell is Miss Jody? I've given up looking for Gail. I'm still trying to figure out, Priscilla, will she find out about Kyle killing Miss Laura? Who the hell killed Greg? I even did a video about like 5 unanswered questions for the Oval, and I'm just sitting here like, what's going on? And I remember when the vice president and second lady were introduced, and I'm like, oh, great. And when they were introduced, I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And I feel like that's when the season was actually getting good. Season 3, episode 7 or 8. When Eli came to get Bobby and Max out of the cell. And I was thinking, wow, all right, now we actually have a way to turn things around. We finally get to meet the vice president. We finally get to see someone within the administration trying to take him down. But we find that there's a lot of inconsistency in the way Tyler writes the second lady and vice president. So there's one episode where one of the two doesn't believe the current administration is as wicked as the press says. And I've said this at least 50 times. You had Eli go on stage to expose the administration for cover-ups and murders and all. But then now it's like, wait, I can't believe they would do something like this. I know this video seems like I'm half-assing it because I honestly don't have it in me. If you want to hear me rant and yell and complain, that's what my playlist is for. Go to any of my episode reviews for season 3 and you'll know that I did not think this was a good season. Not much to talk about Barry. The Roof stuff. I mean, why would you have Roof show up at the beginning of the season for like that one episode to explain, don't come back to the compound or else, help me, and then never show up again? You pretty much write off the Rakadushi as Sam saying, hey, the feds are looking into it. I can't do anything. Can't save Callie. Nancy and Richard, they kind of reconcile, which was good. Obviously, it's like Richard got over it too fast. Look, I understand it. Richard should obviously still be bitter, but he's one of the few characters who recognizes that, look, shit's bigger than my feelings right now, so we need to handle this situation. Priscilla needs to think the same way. Hunter just still thinking about sex and all instead of those taking his power. I mean, when is Tyler going to write this character more consistently? Like, there are some episodes, wow, I really am not in control like I think I am. And the other times, I'm the one running this country. Make up your damn mind. Even though he's a piece of shit, I love Donald. He's honestly one of the things that brings me joy in this show. Donald. Kyle was kind of a punching bag for most of the season, which I don't really mind it, but I feel like I might be forgetting some people, but that's probably because their roles were so minuscule that it didn't really matter. But I think I got everybody. So yeah, the old season 3 was not that good at all. Definitely the worst of the 3 seasons. I feel like a majority of people do agree with me based on the comments on the post I made. Unlike Sisters, what are you talking about? Season 3 was bad. Look, not to sound like a know-it-all pretentious asshole, but I review every freaking episode of this season, these series, so I kind of have an idea of what's good and what's not. Obviously, I got a lot of subscribers, so you value my opinion. I'm not saying my opinion is fact, but as someone who critically analyzes each episode week to week, I think I have a good idea of what's good and what's not. But then again, there could be people out there who say season 3 is the best season. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong, but if you can comment and tell me what made this season the best season, just tell me. I don't know. Part of me feels like, remember back in season 1? When the finale came out, what was it, episodes 24 and 25, where they showed the last 2 episodes in a 2-hour event, and I quit after the first episode, after Jean was raped and strangled by Jason. Sometimes I wish I had just quit then. If I would have stuck with my guns and just quit watching the show, because ever since then it went downhill. Season 2 is better than season 1, but I feel like the show, I don't know what Tyler's plan is. I get it though. Sometimes he's the one who sees the bigger picture. I'm only looking at things week to week, unless synopses come out beforehand spoiling events. But I don't know what his grand plan is for this season. I mean, this series. We know there's going to be a season 5, but it's like, I don't know how much longer I can hang in there. I really don't. The finale, in my opinion, was good just because the majority of the season was trash. And I know there are people commenting like, yo, 8 out of 10, bro. This finale was trash. No, the season was trash. The finale was a candy bar wrapper with some chocolate still on it. It's like, you know what? It isn't complete trash, but it still got a bit of flavor on it. That's how I describe the finale. But yeah, we learned about Richard and Priscilla being like the feds, FBI, look, I forgot, CIA or whatever. But you really don't do shit with it. I mean, Priscilla was just completely off her rocker this season. That was the biggest thing. I remember talking about it for a while, like Sharon and Lily, Priscilla, just a lot of the women in the show doing stupid shit. That's not to say the men don't do stupid crap all the time, but it's like they're just Simone just making dumb decisions all the time. So I don't know. I will see what season 4 brings to the table, but it's funny how the videos I did, like, confirm Sam is alive or confirm Jason is alive, because I got the episode synopsis for season 4. Those videos outdo my reviews, and people wonder why. How come you don't do lives or you don't tweet during the Oval? Because the show isn't that good, folks. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not worth my time watching live, dealing with... The only show I will deal with commercials is Sisters, and that's only because I have such a fun time tweeting with everybody. But even so, I would prefer to do just watching the episodes commercial free. But the live streams are interactive. But the Oval, there's nothing to talk about. And I get why a lot of people are like, you know what, hell, I would have rather seen that Have and Have Not spinoff if Tyler made one where Charles and Candace were in the White House. As much as I couldn't stand Candace, I would have preferred to see that. I'm sorry. But hey, congrats to the Oval for being renewed for another season. But season 3 won't it. It just was not it. But let me know your thoughts. Like I said before, maybe there were some people out there that liked season 3. Like I said, there were maybe 6 episodes I thought were actually good, like episodes 8 through 11, the season finale, and I think maybe 1 or 2 episodes during the back half of the season, and that was it. Because this show, I remember watching the first 5 episodes. I'm like, okay, this is just like Sister season 3. I'm waiting for something to happen, something to pop off. Season 3, I feel like one of the biggest missteps was all the death fake outs. Oh, Jason hung himself. Sam got shot. This person, it gets old fast. And it's been old on this show. That's all I gotta say. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take a moment to, hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video, even though you may not have liked the season. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel.